Hello. Hello. Everything is exploding on my computer and I don't know why. Whoa. Okay. I'm getting like hella dropped frames right now, and I have no idea why. I was not having this problem before, I don't think. Am I coming through? I'm definitely seeing it freeze a fair bit. I'm gonna see if there's like something on my computer that's just being weird, or if it's like my network. I'm like half tempted to see if changing my Wi-Fi to the 5 gigahertz will help. I'm just going to do that real quickly and hopefully I don't explode things even more. So, BRB, I guess. Why is it doing this? That is so weird. I'm kind of getting annoyed. I don't, because I don't think I had this problem before. It's really annoying too because I was having microphone problems. It was just not working for like 100 different reasons, and I finally got them all to work. But now I'm just having dropped frames. Let me see if it's on Twitch's end real quick. No, it's not on their end. My proxy isn't still there, is it? Hold on. No. This is really going to... What the fuck? I've also tanked my bit rate from like 5 to 2 and it's... Girl, I told you 2000 and you're going higher than 2000. Why are you doing that? Although it's not, like it's not staying where I had it, so I think the frames are recovering. Maybe. I'm gonna give it like another 2 minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. And if it stays at 0 drop frames, then I will continue. And if it keeps dropping frames, then I guess I will not stream today and I will figure out why the hell my internet sucks ass. I mean, I know the reason why. It's because of fucking Spectrum. um, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. to get started. Had kind of a very mid-week, but it kind of got better toward the end. I got my passport. Yay. Um, so that's really exciting. I paid for expedited and I was not expecting it to be as expedited as it was because I'm pretty sure I applied like 3 weeks ago, maybe. Um, so, but yeah, it came in. Still waiting for like the documents they take from you, but I shouldn't say it's not as important, but it's not like it's the ease of mind at least to have the passport so I can now make any trip plans in Vancouver. Anyways, um, and just had a very nice night in VR Saturday night, so that was cool. So yeah, good way to end an otherwise kind of shitty week. I also finished the art picture, the art picture. Well, no, of course it's a picture. The art piece I was working on the last couple of streams. So that I posted the. I'm lower than the music. That's insane. I have my music so low. Hold on. Maybe it's OBS. You were not helpful with your audio levels. Hopefully that's better because I'm like at -10 supposedly. Wait. Hmm. I don't know. I can't fucking read OBS's meter at all. Like, why do you have like two different bars moving? Like a black bar and then the other bar that's in the yellow. It's at nine. It's -10 sometimes, but -20 the other thing. So I don't know. But hopefully that's better. Although now I think the song just went really quiet, so now I can't tell. Um, okay, well, yeah, audio's weird. You'd think I'd have it figure out making music since I was like fucking 11 or something. It's different when you have to actually balance things without hearing it, I guess. I mean, I've listened to like my VODs and stuff for like a little bit just to make sure it was at a decent level and it's it's good, but then I can't tell what it sounds like with the music because the music isn't a part of the VODs. I think one day I might do a stream with like just game OSTs and then have it in the VODs and then that way I can like look back or something just to or maybe just fucking record too. That's probably a better idea actually now that I think about it. That way I don't have to cut the VOD track or uh, save the VOD track and then forget to cut it again. Words are hard. um so far, why the fuck is there a Warframe logo hover? That must, oh, that's the fucking, hold on. Can I, I'm like looking at the stream thing and it's showing, is that on your end too? How do I remove that? I think I added that a while ago. I don't know how to remove this. It won't fucking, hello? I don't know. I'll look at it. Wait, no, there's an extensions tab. So far, no more drop frames. I think I fixed it just by tanking the stream. Although hopefully it's not unwatchable now. I mean, I kind of I kind of look fine in my stream preview. I'm a little bit lower quality, but I think it's doable. I was gonna maybe do the fucking I don't know. I kind of I'm a little self-conscious still about doing any sort of self-promo outside of Blue Sky, aka in like Discords and stuff. Even though there's the channels for self-promo are literally for that exact purpose. But now I'm additionally self-conscious about it because of the internet issues. So I don't know, maybe I'll wait one more day before I do it. Cause I don't want to like self advert and then my fucking internet decides to shit itself even more. I don't know. Um, Aurora. Anxiety sucks. I'm just going to go ahead and move over to art now. Look at the hot fucks on the screen. Yay. I have to close like 100 other windows now. Might turn this up a little bit. There we go. I was like, I can't hear it anymore. I'm pretty sure you can't hear it anymore. So I'm just gonna bump it up a little more. I don't know where my pen went. There we go. I found it. Last couple of times I couldn't find the glove. This time I can't find the pen. Bump it tiny bit more. Okay. I need to set up. I don't need to set up anything. I already have it open. Thank past me like 1 hour ago. I remembered to set up Pure Ref. And now I need to like squish my window. Shut Twitch, asshole. There we go. Make sure I have everything else. What is this capturing? Oh, that's for my capture PC. I don't need that right now. I don't need browser and wait, maybe I do need that one. What is that? No, I don't need that. Go away. What are all these input sources? I don't remember what any of them are. Okay. Just making sure everything's fine in OBS. Oh, I minimized Krita. There we go. Now it's back. Can you see everything? Okay, good. But anyways, how are you doing, PJ? And anyone else out there who may be watching? I'm drawing on my sketch layer. definitely really excited to draw this fox. As soon as I saw other people were drawing them, I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to draw them like now. Your nose started running out of nowhere. Oh no. Like seasonal allergies or like sick from something. I keep forgetting to take my allergy medicine and it's that time of year. I should probably start taking it again. And being careful that I don't just keep it like that I don't just keep taking it because I used to take Flonase when I was younger. And I think I became desensitized to it or something. It just doesn't do anything anymore. Golf with friends. I really want to do that at some point with someone with people, I mean. Problem is no one ever really plays it anymore except like as a stream thing and that's not usually something I've, been invited to, so. Oh my god, I see more dropped frames. Just a few, but still. Oh my god. I don't know if it's just my internet or if it's my Wi-Fi. I've definitely had problems. Hot take, is Steam doing anything? Okay, no, it's not. I might like see if I can cleanly hardwire myself into the router at some point because I've just had weird Wi-Fi problems and recently since I moved my desk into the bedroom. Friend group of mine has been making an effort to play it a bit on Sunday evenings. Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to, I don't know, I want to socialize more because I literally outside of VR chat, that's like my only socialization. I've kind of been hanging out in Discord more, but it's only like when other people are there in the late evenings and people, it isn't very often. So, but I'm not usually doing anything with them. It's usually just hanging out. I don't know. Everyone's just kind of already got their things. So sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to, yeah. Going through my entire Steam wish list again before sales end. Yeah, I spent too much on the Steam sale getting a bunch of things that were like really low, adding to my list of things that will just not be played for a long time. I'm doing better about that at least. I mean, there's a handful of things I already played from what I just got too, but my unplayed category in also I just realized I never turned my VTuber after switching over. So if I'm looking at you guys, I should be like this and then sort of looking down because that's hot. And then there we go. I forgot what I was going if I had more thought to what I was thinking. Streamer throwing for content. Except it's not a game, so I can't really. throw for content in that regard. Hangout and Discord works, but yeah, initiating that is hard too. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I want more than that because I just don't really have much to like add on to any conversation. Especially if I'm not one of the ones playing any game or something. There was one night where they like finished up stuff and I was screen sharing um I forget what the other game was, but Burnout 3 was on one of the games. And that was fun, but it was still not with anyone though, so it's really unfortunate too because there's all those like trendy multiplayer games that would be really fun to play, and then I just miss out on them because everyone stops playing them by the time I even get the game or have time to play them, and it's like really sad. Burnout 3, yeah, I've been playing through that on the Xbox emulator. I had it as a kid but never finished it, so I played through Paradise when I was in college, and that was fun. Although it took me so long to figure out how to do the crash mode or the whatever it's called when you're like purposefully just crashing into traffic and stuff to like cause chaos. I don't think I figured out how to do that until like toward the end of the game. I finished all the racing and I was like, did they just not have a crash mode in this? And then I finally like was like, I think I had to look it up. And they were like, oh yeah, you just do like you go find these things and like you have to switch categories and something. And I'm just like, why did they do it like this? It was so confusing and bad. Yeah, okay, I think I'll do the mm, I'm still kind of debating on doing any self promo. Meh. I'll just do it next time. Yeah, I want to figure out if I can hard 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 wire just do the Ethernet cable if it's not super intrusive. Because I got to go through like my room, through the hallway to the living room. Because that's where the router is for some weird ass reason. I think technically the cable output is like upstairs and then it's like rerouted through the wall into the living room because the previous owners did something really weird. I don't know. It's confusing. But yeah, I think there's plenty of like signal interference. I mean, especially since I'm on, well, I was on the 2 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Now I'm on the 5. If I'm on the 2, which it sometimes just like connects to that because it takes too long to see the 5 for some reason. And on the 2, that's where like, how many light bulbs do I have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light bulbs that are on Wi-Fi. They shouldn't be doing anything, but it's still like an active connection causing interference. So I'm in a dense neighborhood. I've had to change the signal recently because that was causing interference. I'm like rotating my hand, and it's like, you can rotate the canvas, you dingus. You know, it's really funny. I kind of haven't been liking Megabonk too much. I can play for maybe 30 minutes, maybe a little longer. I have been having better luck with it the past couple of days. But for a while, I was like really starting to be like, this might just not be playable for me. I can't really deal with RNG, like really heavy RNG that feels like it's like it becomes, how do I word this? If it feels like I'm just playing poorly, even if it's due to RNG, it still kind of feels bad because it starts to feel kind of like it's a skill. I've been avoiding the phrase, but like a skill issue. And I get frustrated kind of easily. And it's just like, I don't like when some things are just so heavily based in RNG, which is ironic because I played Warframe for so long, but at least in that, it's just the only RNG really in that is just drop chance. And that's tolerable to me. But like when it's like things that determine how your run is going to go, it's kind of like not fun. Can't play it for all that long either. That's nice to hear because there's a lot of people that just, yeah, the runs are wildly different in results. Exactly. It's like it's too, and it's like on top of that, because it's a roguelike, there isn't a whole lot of progression. There is the stuff you can get from the shops, or the like the up, whatever, the unlocks, that's what the tab is called. And there's the challenges, and then you unlock a level. Which, is that the only level that's in the game? That's kind of like wild. If it's just the desert and the forest. I mean, maybe they're going to add more at some point. Especially because the desert fucking sucks. Even Divi is like, no, the desert, don't do the desert. And it's largely because of the roller skeletons just make half of the characters like literally unplayable unless you get a ton of speed or really early game. Like if you are playing a character that's just not fast enough, you are fucked because they will just follow you faster and then keep doing contact damage every like half a second. More planned? Okay. That's nice to know. I kind of figured. Because it just kind of like looks like just by the UI that it wasn't going to be the only one. Or the only two. It's really unfortunate too, because I really love the way the game feels to play. Like it is just really fun moving around in the game. And it's really like when things are going well, it's extremely satisfying. But it's like the down periods, I've just been having such terrible luck that it just was not fun. And that's why I keep coming back to it, because it's like, well, maybe it'll get better. But, and it has been. So I am sticking with it for a while longer. I also saw fucking Divi just apparently got, let me see, 751,000 kills. Cosmic is at 431, Kelif is at 170, and Harbus is at 95.9. I have not broken 2.9 yet. Still. To be fair, I've kind of been going after challenges the past couple days instead, so. And I did start to have a run where I was like, oh, this actually feels like a run where I'm like doing damage just by standing there. Which was really nice, because that's kind of like what I've been wanting. Even if it was only for like a little bit. Surprised it's not considered early access. I think it was for a while. Because I heard like apparently like Setsu was played it a while back when it was early access, I think. Like I think the game is like just it's at a state where it is finished, because it feels like a finished game. It's just it only has the 2 levels. So I think the intention is that if they were to suddenly not be able to work on the game anymore, it is at least in a state where they wouldn't have to. But it'll be a little bit kind of like in that like post-release semi-live service modern bullshit where games still kind of get updates because people are kind of used to that cycle. I need pure ref is gone. There we go. But yeah, like with roguelikes, I'm kind of just Like I do like meta progression in like roguelites. But roguelikes, where it's just kind of like there's no progression other than like what you get with luck or skill, it's a little not fun. And it was like really hard for me to I couldn't do Cobalt Core. I feel really bad because like everyone else loves that game so much. And it's like I want to, but after like a couple hours, I think I just couldn't like I felt like I was getting to the same exact spot every single time and I couldn't figure out how to get further. And the way to unlock the stuff is to basically you had to get past like a certain point and I wasn't able to. You don't have to like everything everyone else does. I know that. I mean, there's plenty of things that I'm just like I have zero interest in. Parentheses Balatro. I kind of fucking don't get that game at all. But with Cobalt Core though, I wanted to like it interested me a lot. And it felt like it felt fun to play. I just couldn't progress, so I like there was no point. It's kind of like a difference of knowing that I don't like the game and it feels like there's something there that I'm just not figuring it out. And that if I could figure it out, I would play it. So, I don't know. I think at some point I'm going to revisit Cobalt Core and see if I just like was stupid. That's entirely fucking possible. I usually do keep quiet about my struggle with certain kinds of games when it's like the topic of discussion among people because hold on, I need a little more stabilization on this because I have in the past talked with friends who were like really into a game. It's kind of even fucking happened a little bit with Megabonk too, frankly. But like more so in the past, like even worse, where I would try to explain what I was struggling with and it just kind of like made me feel even more stupid. So I kind of just have to like metaphorically throw my hands in the air and just be like, I don't know. I play racing games and mash button games, like action, anything actiony and all that. Cause, and shooters and stuff. I have like the skill for those games. I can't do any like intense strategy games at all because I just can't strategize. I can't do puzzles because Jesus, no, I can't think like that. Which is funny because I used to be considered quote unquote like one of those gifted kids. They literally had that gifted program for me at school where you just kind of fucking do critical thinking puzzles and shit all for an hour, which is not good for social development at all. But yeah. And the reason why it's like it kind of feels bad is because it feels like that's what everyone I know is interested in, and like the kinds of like multiplayer stuff people do. So I'm kind of just stuck in a perpetual like FOMO basically. Not really FOMO, but isolation, I guess. I don't remember a White X song having harsh vocals in it. What in the world? I put White X on because they're usually kind of chill. It's still White X, right? Yeah, it is. I will turn this ship around and put Gaga on. It's like the very end of the song. I don't feel like skipping now. I'm not going to put those marks down. There's so many games I need to go back and like actually finish. I never got too far with Cult of the Lamb. I still haven't fucking finished Subnautica Below Zero. I'm at the very end of the game. I have this tendency to get a game to like 90% or even further, and then I just get distracted and forget about it. I've just kind of been swamped with demotivation playing games lately. I just haven't really been playing them much. I've always kind of played games less than other people, which is like really easy to tell when I see that like I only just recently hit like 1,000 hours in Warframe. After playing it since like 2016 maybe, and at least 100 of that is sitting in the launcher waiting for updates or like forgetting about it. Probably even more, honestly, because of my internet connection when I was younger. This doesn't feel right. I, I think you are the problem. I'll come back to that. It's really ironic considering I went into game dev. That is what I majored in. And when I was younger, I was more interested in making games than I was playing them at times. Now to figure out how a hat works at this angle. I'm so not used to drawing clothing at all. Because all I ever draw is myself, and myself does not canonically wear clothes. Because it just feels weird. It's not like a nudist thing, it's just clothes are weird. On a character with fur. I might literally have to like open up Blender real quick and just... I cannot envision what this looks like at all. And I can just make a wizard hat pretty quickly. I mean, it's a... Oh my god, I'm sticking a cone inside my ass. That is very painful looking. It's like I can't tell what the hat would look like. Also, oh my god, please turn the renderer off. Um, I'm just gonna... I do kind of want to... I don't know. My brain is so not working today. What are you editing? Oh, you are editing the right thing. You're just being fucking weird about it. Oh my god. Blender is not cooperating with me right now. Fine, I will knife cut this because it's not going to let me loop cut. That is so stupid. It's not a big deal. It is a wizard hat, so it's kind of supposed to be a little janky, I guess. I would share the blender, but I am afraid of toggling something suspicious. Shall we say? Okay, and then I will knife cut you again. X-ray, blah. Move you over. Jiggle you, jiggle you. And then what does this look like with the camera? Set active camera. Turn X-ray off. I'm not that far off, actually. Hello? Kind of jiggle you this way. Or you could just like reset it. That's cool too. Thanks, Greta. Of course, it has the selection pen on my eraser because I didn't let it. This is one of the weird quirks with my tablet is like sometimes it will just not change to like the eraser and the pen until I've like held it over the tablet long enough. So if I quickly change tools before it switches over, it will just switch it on the wrong tool. Okay, this feels a little too much. And I don't want to hide, I kind of want to take a little artistic liberty and not hide the ears. Ears are important. Especially on a fox. It's kind of round. Let me zoom out. Okay. Go back to pure riff. I'm so glad that they just kind of give him like a fucking smile. Oops. Like this. It makes me very happy. I was thinking about incorporating that into the picture, but I liked the wink more. I mean, it'll be obvious enough that it's the Megabonk Fox just from the outfit and the blue and orange. Just a smiley fox mage. Has a smile that just makes you want to get him pregnant. Who said that? That wasn't me. Rotate the canvas, you dingus. Kind of comes down to like here. Uh huh. Yeah. Smile. Colon 3C. What's the bracket that does the bracket thing? Greater than sign colon 3C. Yes, that one. God, I was so another thing that I was struggling with earlier before stream. I wanted to see if I could get expressions set up so that, if I smile IRL, then the model smiles because that would be really fucking nice to have because I smile quite frankly frequently when I say shit like that. But VNyan is just ignoring me. It's not setting the blend shapes that I tell it to set. And it's really frustrating that I just can't figure out what it is. I might try Warudo, but Warudo is tied to Steam and I want to untie it to Steam, but I would need to like run Steamless on it. Hello, General Laudus Illunis. Welcome in. Sorry, I was trying to read your name and Twitch is like shrinking your name so it's making it harder to read for some reason, or like it's breaking the word in the middle of the word. That's what I'm trying to word. Okay, will do, General. How is your night going? I am drawing this fox right here because I am obsessed with the fox, not really the game. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to just draw a circle. Wow, that made it very thick with the lines. I'm not going to do that. Wow, circles are difficult. Doing a little bit of vibing. Nice. We love a good night of vibing. Cool. I have not dropped frames since I noticed it earlier. It's stayed consistent. I am very happy with that. Hope I want to bring the bitrate back up though. So hopefully it doesn't do it. And circles, especially for front facing drawings of those. I specifically avoid posing anything front facing for that reason. This is the closest to front facing I think I'm ever going to do. And I definitely did it based off a model. Yeah, it's been good since then. Yeah, it's definitely on my end. It's been saying it also has like a all green bars for the signal. I don't know if that really means anything. I don't know why OBS shows signal bars like that. I have my Wi-Fi signal for that. Wonder what in the world is like. Are those like? I can tell those are pouches. What is around his waist? I mean, I guess I'll just draw some sort of rectangular shapes. And break my mind trying to think about the perspective of that. Do not mention me for the following I will be doing. I see you starting into Twitch. I don't see why not joining by and see to what to hang out to for. Yeah, I've recently I streamed a few times in February and then had just like a bunch of things kind of come up that made me unable to do it for a while. And then I recently started back up again because I finally had the energy and the space, privacy, etc. to do it again. And so far, I've just been doing art. I do have some games I want to get to at some point. I actually had something lined up for today, but then Megabonk came out, and then I was like, I want to draw this fox. So I put that aside for a bit longer to work on the fox. Nice VTuber. Thanks. It is the Vulper, but I not heavily, but I modified it a fair bit to make it a lot more wolf-like. Because, quite frankly, most of the wolf bases out there for VR chat and stuff are. They fall too much into a niche that I don't like. So either they're too bara, too chibi, or toony, or just some sort of niche that I'm like, that's not me. And so I was actually getting really happy with the Vulper. I was using it for like a vixen specifically whenever hanging out with Harvest for various reasons, teehee. And I was like, actually, the like body for this is really nice. If I could just like make the thighs less massive and then make the face more wolf. And I figured out how to add some more blend shapes to it, and I've been really happy with it ever since, because the last one I was using when I first started being more 3D, it was like the Winterpaw Femme Canine, and it just was not. I the I was okay with it at first, and then like as time went on, I was literally using my Moonfang and the Vulper more in VR chat than I was using the canine. One that's so slim and popular feels like you see it in every channel just because it has clothes. Yeah, that's a one thing that draws a lot of people is whether or not it has accessories, which why am I like redrawing this part? I don't need to. I'm redrawing the clothes, dingus. Um, sorry, brain farted there. Yeah, a lot of people go for accessories, which I don't entirely care for. Um, first of all, with clothes, my Sona canonically does not like have an outfit or clothes or anything. I kind of just don't like the, it's not even for like a nudist thing. It's just literally aesthetically, it doesn't make sense to me. You're wearing fur. Um, which is ironic that I'm drawing a mage outfit, but I do have like a fantasy setting, like sort of like heavy armor canonically, but it's like a mirror universe sort of thing that I was actually talking about wanting to work on that at some point. Like lore for that and get back into that setting, but why did you just color pick the background? What in the world, Krita? It's kind of like baggier. Let's probably do this. What was I saying? Yeah, so like I didn't care too much about what the Vulper had. I think the Vulper does have stuff, but yeah, I don't know what everyone else. I mean, a lot of people have. A lot of the people I watch either have something custom or they just have like the Winterpaw canines, or just some other. I can't think of like the other ones. I know like Herbis is the Rexo, but I actually don't see the Rexo too much outside of him. It's kind of like he's become the associated one. Hazel. Hazel, hi. Do you have a Discord? I probably will not make one. I don't like Discord for a lot of reasons. I don't really think I will ever get to a point where there would be enough people to justify having one. But yeah, so I probably won't ever. I mean, if I somehow blew up, I doubt it, but even then, I'm kind of just like, all I would ever use it for is like announcements. But yeah, I do this for, God dang it, stop color picking the background. I do this purely to just share art and some older crusty games I like and to just hang out with friends. And so I don't even plan on actually applying for like affiliate because I don't want to give Twitch my tax information. I'm pretty sure at some point I did basically qualify for it, but yeah. No, there's a couple other people out there that actually have like a decent amount of people who watch them that kind of feel the same way, which is nice that I'm not like alone in that. But yeah, how are you doing, Hazel? I am. My brain is like already frying a little bit from like the perspective of this. I was a little ambitious with this. On top of that, doing clothes. Discord is for socializing is dying for a little bit while people don't share that much. I feel like it's still very active, but it's just had a lot of problems lately that and I've always been like not a huge fan of the company. And I also really hate how people do they treat it as like a forum for like open source projects and stuff, and it drives me insane, which isn't entirely Discord's fault for that. That's like on those people that do that. But that frustration is still there all the same. Oh boy, how is that going to work? Hmm. Winging it. I think it would just curl. It's like on that side. Yep. I think that is actually pretty much what it would do. Okay, and then this is it's kind of back here, so I think we'll go there. Give this a little bit of depth. There we go. But yeah, I figure I'll just do go lives on Blue Sky until Blue Sky collapses, and then just do self promo in people's discords once I get over my weird hang up of not liking doing that. I feel like I'm forgetting some. Oh, he does have like little bracers. I just now realized. The little white bracers. Don't think I noticed that before. I mean, they're not really like an armor type, but well, I mean, he's not wearing armor, period, of course. So it's kind of halfway up his arm. So it was funny. I saw Silver with a mute post about the dev making their persona a character in the game so that they get free fan art, and I'm just like, yeah, that's goals. I did technically put my character in one of my games, but it was just like a game jam game, and it was like a little animated model that was in the style of like Animal Crossing. So it was like very basic, and it's also an older version of my model or my character. So now to finally get started on actually doing some early shading. Well, first, I have been going for like an hour and I have not taken I will take a very quick BRB just to hydrate and everything. So I will be right back. Whoop. Ugh. Okay, just making sure I didn't break anything. I'm really hoping this doesn't take a whole lot of extra time to do the clothes and just in general, because I have been low key wanting to do versions with my Vulper, and I do want to do it with my own character, and I kind of low key want to do a couple friends as well. That is insanely ambitious, though. So, I mean, we'll see if if I have energy to do more than just the main fox. Just plainly named fox. I literally opened the game earlier. I mean, I ended up playing it for a bit, but I opened the game to see if they had more of a name than just fox. I couldn't remember, and it was like, nope, it's just fox. I'm like, cool. I guess that works. I feel like my camera is just being like slightly delayed when I look back and forth. think my eyes are staying a little bit more open on the model, which is nice when I'm looking down. It's driving me insane that my eyes were just like closed the entire time that I look at my tablet. It's because my camera is just placed really high. I don't really know where else to place it. Because I have pretty big monitors. And they're raised, so. The tablet does come pretty far away from the monitors. So I am considering putting it below as an experiment. And it should be a lot better for when I'm doing pretty much anything. Maybe. Gosh, I love experimenting. Actually I did what I said I would do the last couple of streams. I took my paper texture screen protector off my tablet to see if it helps cut back on how much I have to like replace, how often I have to replace the nibs. It has been driving me insane how the nibs only last, like, it is a good thing I do not do this like full time. I would be going through nibs in a week, every week. And I did not have that problem with my last tablet. It's been feeling weird not having that texture anymore while drawing. But not really like a huge, not something I have to really get used to, I think. Other than that, I'm just kind of being careful I don't press too hard. Because now that there's no protector, now I can probably easily scuff this up over time. So I want to make sure I don't do that. Gosh, I'm just like so excited to color this just because I like really want to see the result with the blue and orange. I've just not been excited for a piece since the art that I did for Harvest's birthday. And before that, the one for Divi's birthday. And then before that, can't even tell you. I do admit, I do mostly just do art for the therapeutic like focus it brings. I don't really have to think. I don't really have to do much. I just have to focus and draw, I guess. And so because of that, it's not like it's not like really that bad of a thing that don't really have pieces I've been too excited for, but it has been a nice change of pace to kind of have like a new sense of passion for what I've been drawing. Oop, I did not do that yet. Art excitement, exactly. I wasn't like too happy with the end result of what I just finished, which I was working on doing the tweaks for it earlier before stream. Because there was a couple things I had to clean up. I had to like make the eyes look like they were looking at the viewer, which I should probably open what I'm talking about, just so that no one has to go digging for it. Make sure I copy the correct one. This one. The eyes weren't looking at the viewer when I last finished on stream, and it didn't have a background, and there's just a couple other issues with it, but I finished that earlier today. It's okay. That's kind of how I feel about it. Which is unfortunate because I was kind of excited to see the end result of it because, I mean, it was basically very much based off of like my Wolper that I've made. Um, and the whole point of it was to like basically exude the sort of like self-confidence that I've been putting out there lately. It does get that across, at least. It's just, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't do that part of the leg. It's just, it's all right. Are you, what are you struggling with here? There we go. Driving me insane. I think it'd be better if I just work on the shading and then one of the things that I did not really do was have normal maps on my reference with the grayscale shading, and it's very unfortunate. But that's fine. I don't really want to worry about the details anyways for now. I just need to do the main parts first. Details come later. Probably won't get this done this stream or the, oh wait, hold on, I need to duplicate layer, alpha clip, there we go. Basically took 2 streams for the last piece, where first one, hello? What part of, oh, I think I need to put it in a group, that's why. There we go, that was the problem. Basically got like the block shading in, where it's kind of like just 5 tones. And then the next stream was just all of the details. I don't think I'll get the blocks down. I don't know. Maybe I will. It would be nice. My brain is so cooked tonight, though. Got just the tech issues and everything. Oh, it was annoying. I had some like anxiety like an hour before stream about streaming, but then it kind of went away, which was really nice. But then I fucking had all the tech issues. And it just like completely brought that vibe back down, which was like really unfortunate. It has been nice just not having the anxiety anymore while streaming, though. That has been very much a welcome change. Damn, I think I dropped a few more frames at some point. I yeah, I'll try to look at hardwiring. Because I do have a couple 25-foot cables, which might be long enough. Alternatively, there is this thing called like a power line adapter. It basically puts your Ethernet through your electricity. I have no idea how it works, but I have used it before and it like actually fucking worked. And I'm like, that is just pure magic. But okay. And I could see about doing that. Aurora. I wish I had a little bit more to be chatty about. Man, I just kept going last stream. I was like really happy with just how much. I mean, to be fair, I had Kieran to bounce off of for a lot of it, but even then, what? Oh, like I was able to just keep going, and it was like really nice. And I was like, wow, I really like actually. It like made me really enjoy streaming. I Even though I want to be at a different time of the day. I don't like going this late. I want to be able to. I want to be like on the weekends, kind of like sometime afternoon before dinner. On weekdays, like basically immediately after work until like from five to like 7-ish. Like I don't know, just basically 5 to 7 every day. I don't know, something like that. I just don't really have like the privacy to do that right now. Hopefully, maybe that'll change next year. I am really hoping for it because I've been at my limit for a while. I think moving my desk into my room helped buy me time for my sanity, basically. But I need just my own space. It's just with everything going on and my work kind of being assholes, I've not wanted to take the risk, and I've been wanting to like really build up my savings and also make sure I can get a car in case my work tries to, lay me off basically. So that way I have more job possibilities. I'm not limited to just searching for remote work. Especially since kind of everyone has been fucking not doing that anymore. I dropped even more frames. That's annoying. It's fine, just a little scuff. It it was really nice. I did not feel super tired like most of today. I was kind of shocked because I kind of slept in and I didn't really sleep in. I just kind of laid there until like 1 o'clock, which is like something I really need to like not keep doing. Because I think part of the problems I've kind of been having might stem from doing that. But I kind of just had like a lot of nice, I guess it's not really dreams if you're awake, but I guess just daydreams. And I just kind of wanted to enjoy them. But I can equally do that while being awake doing things. So I should like not do that. Oh, what's something that's going to be nice is I took Wednesday through the following Tuesday off just for like a mental break because we were working on an insane project and AC wasn't really like time off. It was still very much, I don't want to say stressful. It was just like, it wasn't like a shut your brain down sort of thing. I know PJ, you talked about the same kind of feeling too. So, and I just wanted to just have time to myself. And so that'll be very nice. And it'll give me time to like work on a few things. Parentheses, not like work though. Like I will not be doing code. I do need to do some like server self-hosting stuff I need to figure out. But I can try to do that before I actually take the time off. But it's like no coding shit, nothing that requires thinking. So more art, light stream tasks. So I do want to like try out Warudo. See if that'll maybe solve the issues I was having with like expressions not working. Because dang it, I want to be able to smile when I smile, and I don't like that I can't do that with VNian, even though it literally has the function, it just doesn't fucking work. I think I might have an update I can see if I can apply. I might also see about updating VRM because I am using like an old version so that I can export VC face because VRM doesn't support custom shaders for some fucking reason. VRM is a stupid standard. It's a stupid standard. Genuinely, like, I have never seen something more stupid than it. There's like a lot of things with like with streaming, with VR chat, with everything that I'm just like, dang, y'all live like this now that I've kind of been also dealing with it now. I mean, I know me being on Linux kind of makes things a little more complicated, but like most of my issues I haven't really been having issues that are specifically because of that. In fact, if anything, a lot of stuff goes smoother because I have more control over a lot of things, especially audio. Like I know I was having issues earlier, but how many times do I hear people say, "Oh, Windows had an update. Now all my audio sources are different." And you plug something into a different port than usual, and then suddenly it's Windows is like, "This is a brand new device," and it's like, "No, the fuck it ain't." No, it ain't. What are you on about? And that drove me nuts because it was always the reason that was a huge issue for me was because I use a DualSense controller, and for some weird reason, I know why. It's because of console players, but it has like a built-in microphone and speaker. So it would always change my microphone and my speaker output on Windows automatically, even though I told it to not do that, over to the DualSense controller. And I'm like, what the no. Exactly. And fucking Discord still prompts me with that shit and it drives me nuts. It's like, no, I never want to use the system audio always because I have a very particular setup. So I wonder if I can, I'm just going to like show off the things you can do, the things you're not limited to. Add. Yeah, it prompts me every time I plug in. Like the annoying thing is Discord is usually in the background, so if I click on the window, the prompt goes away. Window capture, copper wire. Ugh. Transform. Center to no, not center to fuck. Where'd it go? Transform, fit to screen. There we go. I have to like figure out where everything else is now. There we go. So this is a program called Copper Wire. And there's multiple programs. It looks like a giant mess right now. It's not usually this awful, but basically it shows that you can just reroute anything you want anywhere. So this like ALC thing here, I think is my speakers. Maybe? No, it's the motherboard audio. And you can literally just click on a thing here and then drag it to another node. Oh shit, I'm like breaking things. I need to be careful. Hopefully nothing. Okay, I don't think I broke anything. I need to be careful about what I'm actually doing here, but basically like you can just reroute anything. On Windows, you can't do this at all. You have to use Voicemeeter and then hope for the best. And I don't have to do any of that. And the reason why it's really important to me is because my capture card that I have for my stream PC that I only really use for like gaming stuff, especially if I need Windows for like Fortnite, basically. The capture card doesn't work right with audio. It gradually gets like delay to the point of like after an hour, it's like 1 second behind. And it's 1 second behind for me and stream because I have to like monitor the output and stuff. So I basically have to use an aux cable from one computer to the other and then have it output to my desktop audio. And it's really easy to do with this. And it's just it's so much easier to do audio stuff in Linux because of this. And then actually I don't want to remove the window capture. I want to open Easy Effects and then show the other thing that I use. So copper wire, go to Easy Effects. So then this is the other program that's like important to my setup. So in here, you can basically set up effects for your input and your output for like whatever the like active device is. And so I don't really do much with the output, but with the input, what I do is I have all of my actual effects for my microphone. So this first one here makes it from, for some reason, my microphone is like mono output and then it just outputs to the left. So I need to make it output to both. And then noise reduction, because I have fans on in here and just in general, good to have. Compressor to make quieter sounds louder and louder sounds quieter. The gate to cut off really quiet sounds. De-esser to make your S sounds less intense. And an equalizer to make me sound nicer. And then a limiter to make sure I don't blow your ears out if I do something like this and swallow the microphone. And because I have it here, this means that my audio is consistent between OBS, Discord, VR chat, anything. It should sound the exact same. Almost, within reason, within whatever bullshit the program running does. So it's a little bit of a caveat, but for the most part, I've heard myself in Discord and I've heard now VR chat has previews, so I can hear myself in there too. And yeah, it usually just does sound the same. It is a little bit different because I'm using my actual like nicer microphone with XLR. It is a Samson Q2U. Whereas if I'm in Discord or VR chat, I'm usually using my mod mic that I have attached to my headphones because that way I don't have to I can move around. I'm like looking for Krita for some reason. It's on the tablet, you dingus. It's down below you. But yeah, it's a lot nicer to have all that because like on Windows, you would need something called Lighthost, and it was really kind of janky and not fun. And you kind of needed to bring your own effects, whereas Easy Effects, it has all of them like installed. So it really pisses me off whenever people they post that meme from that one music video where like the set piece is moving all the time. And it's the dude, he goes, "Whoa, there is no sound." And they say it's like the Linux logo because back in the day, if you did an update, sometimes your sound would break. That doesn't fucking happen anymore. That hasn't happened in years. I don't know why people keep making that joke. It pisses me off people shit on something they haven't used in literal years. And it's like, I've been on Mint now for 2 years, Linux in total 3, maybe. I don't remember when I built my PC. It was basically whenever I built this PC. I haven't missed it. I haven't missed a damn thing. And anytime I have to use Windows for Fortnite or something, I'm like, this is the shit I stopped using Windows for. And a lot of people will say, oh, my program doesn't work on it. Yes, it fucking does. Use fucking Proton. God damn it. There is a 95% chance whatever you need to use works. The only caveat of that is like anything that uses like a specific device, like webcam. Some people don't program things correctly, looks at VR chat, and you can't get webcam tracking right. Parentheses, look at the fact that I'm using VNN and it works fine. But like most other programs should be fine. I'm pretty sure Adobe programs work. I mean, to be fair, I haven't like tried. I refuse to install an Adobe product, just in general, even if it's you sail the high seas for it, etc. I don't even want it even then. But I guess just I'm fucking drawing, I make music, I make games, I play games. Skill issue. I think people have kind of gotten a little too used to things babying them a little bit. Especially like I think, oh my gosh, I am just, here's all the and social energy coming at the very end of the stream. I'm kind of like a little bit annoyed when people say they're not, they kind of just are very aloof when it comes to computers when it is their day job. And not just like office jobs, but streaming too. There's a lot of streamers who will just kind of be like, oh, I don't really know how to do all these computery things. It's like, it's your fucking job. You should kind of know how to do that. And I feel like by extension, that kind of happens with people who just really do not want to move off of Windows or. And I mean, it is a risk too that something does not, in fact, not work. And people don't have like a spare partition to try it out or have an opportunity like I did where I was building a new computer and I had the time on my hands to move things over and refigure out a lot of my setup. And I get that. It's just when people make it about, oh, I don't understand the technical stuff. It's like, sure, if you really do not actually like use computers as a day job or anything, that's also understandable. But if you do, you should really take the time to understand how your daily machine works. The thing you use works. And it pisses me off at work. They want us to reword some of the UI from saying the word config because it sounds too technical. What the fuck do you mean config sounds too technical? That's just what it's called. That has existed before computers. Oh my good God. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not really interested in babying people that much. So I've kind of like the design people, I've kind of just like been very hand wavy with them with some of that lately. Cause I'm like, you're kind of enabling these people, you know that, right? Yeah, big words, exactly. Big scary words. It's like there's like bigger problems like with things like actually not working. Your weird aversion to the word config is extremely at the bottom of the list. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely like for a lot of most people, it's just about like having time to do something like moving like your setup over to stuff, and I get that. There's just some people out there that do have the opportunity and then will complain about a lot of things with Windows. And then, first of all, just buy into the memes that have not been relevant in ages just because it's popular to meme on and because it's the hip thing to do. And then also just yeah, it, it's really frustrating. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to finish this tonight, which is fine. I might do the rest of this like blocked out shading off stream so that the next time I do stream, which hopefully is tomorrow, it would be nice. I don't know. It would be nice to have a consistent schedule, but it is entirely based off of do I have the energy? Do I feel comfortable? Based on my like existing situation. Yeah, so I also just kind of feel my energy dwindling. It is late. I do basically work in 8 hours, so kind of want to just, I'll keep that there, but I will know for later. Actually, it helps that line. I feel the like need to make creature noises a little bit low key. Okay, whoa. What are you zooming out there? Okay, that's about where I think I'm going to leave it there. Um, that's my BRB screen. I forgot to do studio mode before. Okay, like I said, I think I will just finish the rest of that picture off stream, or not the picture, but like the shading and stuff, or that the what I was just doing. So, hopefully I will figure out the dropped frame situation. This is really unfortunate. It's like making me think of Loop having the same issue recently. Um, which I know it was like extremely frustrating for them. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to actually go ahead and raid someone. I haven't done that before. And I am just going to go ahead and raid a Traer, so hopefully anyone watching sticks around for the raid. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, I will hopefully be back tomorrow to work on that piece, and yeah. So, so I just do that, and yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Bye.